We spend so much of our time and energy in dealing with so many different matters, different things in our daily life without being Krishna conscious. I repeat, one of the main questions and queries in devotee's life is that how to avoid doing things in our spiritual life, spending so much of our time and energy on Krishna conscious way. How to avoid that? In other words, how to live our life, think of everything, do everything in Krishna consciousness, without any separate interest. Jeno teno prakareno mano Krishna nivesha sarve vidhi nishedha suretayo reva kunkara. These are the holy texts from the holy scriptures. Jeno teno prakareno mano Krishna nivesha sarve vidhi nishedha suretayo reva kunkara. Similar verses. Smartabba shatatanga Vishnu, Vismartabba najatuchi, sarve vidhi nishedha, shuretayo reva inkara. Manmana bhava madbhakta, madhyaji maang namaskuru, mami vaishashi juktaivam, atmanam matparayana. The very meanings, essential meanings of all these verses are that any way, any possible way, with your full attention and focus, full eagerness, be mindful of Krishna, be thinking of, meditating on, engaging in thoughts of Krishna or Vishnu, the same reality, Krishna or Vishnu, same tattva. And never become forgetful. Never become forgetful of this principle. Whatever do's and don'ts, whatever recommendations we find in the Holy Scriptures, one of the essential aspects, one main essential character of all the scriptural injunctions and recommendations and guidance and advices is this. Never forget Vishnu or Krishna. Never be forgetful of the Supreme Divine Lord, beautiful God and Goddess. Be ever engaged in their thoughts, feelings. Be ever absorbed in meditative on them and live your life. You can do it when you sincerely keep on trying to do it, like the ocean waves, one after another. So, at some point, you will be successful in doing that. Manmana bhava madbhakta, madhyaji maang namaskuru, mame vaishashi juktaivam, atmanam matparayana. Always be thinking of me, be thoughtful of me, be meditating on me, manmana bhava, madhu bhakto bhava. Be my devotee. Simply be loving me with the best of your sincerity and heart feeling. Madhyaji, be worshipping me, engaging in loving worships of mine. Mahang Namas, always be offering obeisance unto me. The spirit of dedication. Be offering obeisance unto me. Meaning obeisance, meaning a real, genuine obeisance. Feelings of dedication. Madhyaji Mahang Namaskar. When you can do that, when you can live your life in such a way, in my pure consciousness, pure devotional consciousness, then there is no doubt, there will be no doubt that you will start actually living with me. Living in my consciousness means it's another way of living with me through your energy, your feelings, through your spirit. And that will, at some point, it will all be translated into realistic, more realistic, personal living with me. While you will be realizing that not only my holy name, you can be relating with me through my holy names, meaningful holy names, my personal beautiful forms, qualities, nama, rupa, guna, lila, tasting my beautiful, wonderful pastimes, nectarine pastimes, being situated in devotional relationship with me, being situated in love relationships with me, representing Parikara Vaishishta. It will happen. Step by step, it will all happen. It will be revealed. You will receive revelations. Keep on trying. You may say, I am trying, but I cannot be so successful. Living my life all the time in Krishna consciousness. How can I do it? Krishna said, keep on trying with the best of your sincerity. Qualification on your part will be revealed by my blessings. When the time will arrive, your eagerful trying will be blessed by me, and then it will be qualified by my revealed mercy, revealed grace, by the grace bestowed on your effort. You cannot qualify your own efforts properly, but that will be qualified by my blessings upon seeing your sincerity. Continuous sincere efforts, whether or not you are successfully doing it, yet you are so sincere to carry on the efforts, continue all the endeavors with the best of your sincerity. And I value that. That attracts my attention towards you, to grace you, to bless you more, to qualify all your sincere endeavor, sincere devotional endeavor in relation to you. Jame Vaisha Vinute Tena Lakshya. I am not going into all the details explanation of all these verses. You can find out from the Holy Scriptures and read the translations. If I go into explaining in details each and every verse meaning, it will take a long time. These verses are well known to all the good-hearted devotees, intelligent devotees. So, thinking of our life, thinking of our life activities, doing all our life activities, having all our thinking, feeling, willingness, all in Krishna consciousness. Aiming towards that. Doesn't matter whether or not we are able to do immediately, but that should be our objective, goal, final aim and goal. Guru Maharaj many times uttered this verse, Nahi kalyanu kritpasti durgatim tatu gacchati. One who sincerely means to do real good to himself or herself, such endeavor can never go in vain. I repeat, one who really sincerely means to invite highest good, higher good in his or her life, sincerely, to the best of his or her sincerity, inviting highest benediction, highest spiritual good, divine good in his life. Such endeavor can never go in vain, can never be nullified. In spite of some adverse situations, because even adverse situations come in life, they don't stay for long. While some devotee is in surrendered mode, when some sincere devotee is in the mode of surrender to Krishna Radhika, with all sincerity, and praying for the grace, even if some difficulties, adverse situations come in our life, they cannot be continuing for long. They just come, put us through some test of the quality of devotion, and leave, and go away. They sometimes appear for certain purpose of testing us, training us, preparing us like elite commando, like giving us elite commando training, putting us through some elite commando training, spiritual elite commando training, and once training is over, they take leave, because the necessity is over, making us more powerful, strong, powerful. So devotees always look at all these difficulties and adversities in spiritual life, in the way of spiritual life, with adventurous spirit of adventure, instead of weak, soft, weak, casual way, fearful way. The adventurous. Our Lord Krishna himself is supremely adventurous. One of Lord Krishna's characters is that of supremely adventurous, powerful. So his devotees also need to be following the footsteps in the mood of Lord Krishna. To have more powerful conviction, getting over all the difficulties, instead of collapsing or being pessimistically collapsing, or being disappointed, frustrated. Take the challenge. Never be frustrated or disappointed. Just take up the challenge without disappointment. Pass through it. Educate yourself. Receive some education through that. Test yourself. And be more powerful and strong while passing through test. Take it like training period. And overcome with adventurous spirit. Surfing above the big waves of the ocean, instead of drowning. It's possible when one knows how to do it. Mountain hiking, surfing over the waves of the ocean. Okay, this is apparently so fearful to the ordinary people. But for the adventurous ones, they rather enjoy instead of being fearful and anxious. See, the opposite. So we Krishna devotees also need to become positively revolutionary. Must have positively revolutionary spirit, ideals, and mode, in the mode of goodness. When I say being positively revolutionary, not in the mode of sinful ignorance or passion, but in the mode of goodness. Because mode of goodness has also got so much power in it, in its character. Mode of goodness not only characterized by softness, tenderness, or gentle ways, humbleness, but also so much holy power, strength, power, like elegant, nice, gentle, tender, very strong. There is also character of Vaishnava, tenderness and humility. Krishna never asked his devotee to become weak in the name of tenderness, in the name of becoming gentleman, polite. He never asked the devotee to become weak, feeble. Rather, he says, he asks his devotee to become very tender, gentle, polite. At the same time, be powerful, strong, full of strong self-conviction in relation with me, having deep faith in me, unshakable faith in me, even during the time of passing through the test. See, the people who engage in big adventures have to be self-confident, believe in himself or herself. That is one of the first criteria and principles to be satisfied. Believe in yourself, have self-confidence, conviction, and then go forward. Enjoy adventure. So self-belief, self-confidence, as well as firm faith in God, firm faith in Super Soul, my beloved guardian God. Both should be combined in the lives of the pure devotees who want to be advanced, making a great advancement in life. Okay. Krishna asks us to be simple but be intelligent. Character of simplicity in the devotees never means you become fool, too naive and fool. Be full of knowledge, intelligence. At the same time, be simple and nice, be plain. Without being so complicated character, just be plain, simple, straight, open-hearted. Open-minded, open-hearted, harmonizing with broadness, broad spirit. Be intelligent. Do it all this with knowledge and intelligence. Sometimes people may think, oh, be simple means be fool or less intelligent. A lot of things to be understood in relation to Krishna consciousness. So back to the point. One of the best criteria, best objectives, ideas, principles, or one main character of our sadhana should be this. Always remain engaged in my consciousness, never be forgetting of me. Think of me, feel of me, devote unto me, be my devotee. Love me, take shelter in me with full faith. Stay absorbed and do everything. Live your life. Question will arise, we cannot do it, how to do it? while we are engaging in so many material things in our daily life, we get so distracted. There's an art of living. There's certain special arts of living life in Krishna consciousness. That art, that habit has to be cultivated. Jatka habit of art of living in Krishna consciousness as described through this verse of Bhagavad Gita also. Besides manmana bhavamad bhakti najyaji manavash mami vishvashi yuktaivam atmanam matparai narjat karoshi jadasnashi jajjuhoshi vadashi jat tapasyashi kaunteya tat kurusha madarpana. In short, beside whatever you do, whatever you engage in life, whatever activities you engage in life, whatever you do in your life, whatever you think of, whatever goal you accept in your life, do everything for me, in relation to me. Okay? Have everything, do everything in relation to me, for my pleasure, in the interest of me, never separate from me. As soon as you do everything separately from me, then it just becomes mundane activity, only mundane karma activities, worldly activities, nothing more than good or bad karma. But all the karmas, when you are doing all the same or similar karmas, of course I mean qualified karmas, positive karmas, in relation to me, being situated in relation with me, for my pleasure. Okay? In the mood of offering the best fruits, results of all your good karma to me. Then they all become finally the great reason for your liberation instead of creating karmic bondage. Then they all become finally my seva instead of ordinary karma, only my seva. All the same activities, what we do every day in our everyday life. You can do all them situated in Krishna consciousness. And they all turn to be Seva of the God, service to the God, and brings lot of good, lot of higher good benefits, divine benefits in our life, Sukriti. In other words, help us to accumulate a lot of Sukriti. Go. Yes, please.
I have another question, but it's related to that this about karma. That because I just read this in Bhakti Nandan notes. I think it's maybe in the commentary of the devotional Swami. I'm not sure, but it's saying how it's actually the opinion of Srimad Swami that karma doesn't actually
Can speak louder, get it recorded.
that it's not actually considered to be service. I mean, it's not considered to be dasya. He says dasya could be in two forms. You can say that karmarpana is dasya, because you're acting as the Lord's servant while you're doing your daily activities.
So which is not service?
It says in this comment that it's the opinion of Srila Rupa Goswami that it's the opinion of some that karmarpana can be considered a form of dasya. But he says that according to the author, according to Srila Rupa Goswami, that actually we can't really consider karmarpana to be dasya because it's not directly related to the Lord, it's related to material.
Anyway, it has to be understood very clearly. It all depends upon the gradation and qualities of how you are offering the best results of some of your positive karmas. positive karmas to the Lord. What quality of mood, what level of dedication you are offering those to Lord. So depending on that, okay, in mechanical way, it's not any mechanical kind of offering the fruits of my karma to Krishna. So if it is like kind of more mechanical way or primary level of way without much feelings of devotion, that offering is being made, then it won't be qualified as service, direct service. But it will be very good karma. Okay, it will also bring sukriti. But if the same karma are offered to Krishna, or the results of the same activities, karma means activities, offered to Krishna with higher devotional mood, the higher quality of the mood of dedication, higher quality of dedication, okay, higher quality of, how to say, devotional mood, not ordinary or casual way, okay, then that will definitely be considered as service, seva, because mood of bhajana is involved in that. So that sort of explanation is made for some some gradational reason to explain certain truths by layer and layer, by different levels. This is dasya, shanto, after shanto it is dasya, not so much loving service. Then shokha, on the higher level of shokha, more love comes, more loving service. But even on the level of the dasya, on the higher level of the dasya rasa, lot of loving devotional service, pure love services are found. So it cannot be said by any Mahajana, okay, cannot be said by any of our Guru Varga, six Goswami, any of the six Goswamis, that there will be no service on the dasya rasa level. No. But karma arpana, you are saying?
It was just making a distinction between dasya and like for example, like in Arjuna, fanning
there are different levels of the dasya, right? Dasya means the world of servitude. Okay? There are different levels and gradations, hierarchies in the world of that dasya rasa, relation and service to the Lord. On the very primary level, on the very primary or kind of neophyte level, beginning level of the dasya rasa, like one is following more vidhi marga mood, a stage of more rules and regulations with respect, proper respect and everything, and developing in the very beginning way. And on that stage, it may not be that devotional service, it is true. On that stage, very neophyte stage, it is good, but not yet better and best. Okay, it is just beginning in more vidhi marga with the rules and regulations, with the commitment, and some quality of commitment is there, nishtha is there. Okay, love has not yet come, devotion has not yet begun to flow, but aiming towards that. So on that state, it will be initial level of activities in relation to Krishna, not yet pure service. But as soon as you cross over that level, okay, pass on to the higher level with some feelings of taste and love, while still situated in the servitude, dasya rasa, loving servitude. Definition of dasya rasa should be explained as loving servitude. Then that will definitely be considered love service to Krishna. After passing the dryly formal vidhi margo of the sadhana, okay, when as soon as some taste is coming, taste is appearing, spontaneous taste, devotion, love, you are happy, enjoying, you are you are enjoying your service to Krishna, feeling so happy, feelings of love, some attachment being sprouted, then immediately those activities offering in that mood should be considered, cannot but be considered as love service to Krishna.
Even when it's like mundane, like varnashram type duties, even those is.
If some taste, as soon as some taste is appearing, some natural happiness, spontaneous happiness, taste appearing to serve Krishna, Radhika, immediately it becomes qualified as bhakti, devotional service, because bhakti is there. Taste means bhakti. Bhakti is defined as taste, spontaneous happiness to do something for the Lord. Okay, having spontaneous pleasure. Anyway, having pleasure to relate to the Lord, that is bhakti. So love is there, bhakti is there. So any service done with that feelings cannot but be love service of its own level. But it is the beginning of love service, bhakti. Cannot avoid that. Even on the Shanta Rasa level, like Chatushan, we cannot say they are not pure devotees. Even they are situated on the Shanta Rasa, situated on the Brahman level of Brahman consciousness, but they are also being attracted from that level. They are attracted towards the divine fragrance of the lotus feet of Narayana. Okay, they are also absorbed in thoughts of Lord Narayana with so much happiness and attraction. What is that? Even on the Shantarasa level, they have got some love taste for Lord Narayana. Okay, coming to Vaikuntha, conflicting with the joy to have darshana so that they could enter into the Vaikuntha to have darshana, because they have got eagerness, natural love, even they are in the Shantarasa level. So, see, the world of devotion and devotional feelings is very mysterious, mystically wonderful. Even some devotees who are situated on the level of Shantarasa can suddenly, all of a sudden, by some wonderful happenings, by happy fortune, they can even go above Shantarasa level. Oh, some love feelings in the dasya can come. They can manifest by the sweet will of the Lord. It cannot be judged in a stereotype, stagnant way, but it's of dynamic nature. Even in the lives of the devotees situated in Shantarasa, higher dasya, even Shokarasa, may or may not, but sometimes may appear by the gracious will of the Lord, sweet will of the Lord. There are no such hard and fast rule, because they have been devotee of Shantarasa. They must be all the time limited within that world of Shantarasa only. They cannot come out. And what is the dynamic nature and development of in Krishna conscious life? If all the devotees will remain isolated and only limited within the world of one own rasa, then where is the dynamic ways of advancement and development and blossoming up? So there are some stereotype, fixed, formal ways of judging about the reality, understanding reality. There are also dynamic, okay, more dynamic, more multidimensional, dynamic ways of the judging about the reality of devotional life. Both are there, and nobody knows. The possibilities are on every stage of devotion, every stage of the rasa. Probability, possibilities, prospects, higher prospects, always are there. Okay? So by following some flow of the causeless grace and mercy, even on the lower level of devotion like Shanta Rasa or complete Dasya Rasa, some rasas of the higher levels can manifest. It is possible by causeless mercy. It is only granted by the merciful grant, not achieved, not necessarily always achieved by those devotees immediately. So, sometimes they can be achieving. Again, that potential always there. We cannot judge or consider things in a stereotyped, isolated way. There are always some commonly established, fixed ways, unchangeable ways. Besides that, there are always the prospects, great prospects and potentials of dynamic ways of the manifestations. The higher taste of devotional rasas, devotional melodies, by one's own eagerness and bestowed from above. Higher grace, graciousness, mercy of the Lord. Both possibilities work. They are running hand in hand. They are flowing through Achinta Bheda Bheda way. Finally, Achinta Bheda Bheda way. Both. Yes, what's your next query?
I was just wondering on this same topic, because how does that connect with this point about the Swarup being fixed?
Sarupa?
Being fixed.
Oh, it's another whole world.
But it's important.
There is sthai bhava, also there are dynamic character. There is sthai, there are both folds, both ways on the Sarupa Dasha, both characters on the Sarupa Dasha level. That of sthai bhava, that of permanent mood, unchangeable and permanent, or permanent and unchangeable character. And within that, there are also characters, natures in a potential way, more very potential, the most possible dynamic ways, which are guided by, validated by, qualified by the sweet will of the Lord. It's not fixed will, not formally established traditional will, not formally, how to say, designated or planned out, usual way of the will of Lord. Sweet will means sweet will. It can change. It reserves all right to change in any way. To even bestow the grace, special mercy. Therefore it's called causeless mercy, causeless grace. So Supreme Lord, Divine Couple reserves that right of bestowing some, or rewarding somebody, rewarding some of his devotees with his own special grace, by his own sweet will, something they want to give. And that is the quality. Even if the devotee may not be qualified, but their grace, their love towards those devotees, make them qualified and enrich them. So we can never forget about that possibilities and great living potential. It is not imaginary potential. It is fruitful, realistic potential. Things can change in a higher way, can blossom in a higher way, caused by the sweet will, gracious will of the Lord. So even keeping intact that sthai character, permanent, unchangeable character in the Sarupa Dasha, something more can be added in dynamic ways. Nothing replaced, nothing eliminated there. Added to that sthai bhava and blossom more, be enriched more, because after all we are dealing with the infinite, with the unlimited prospects and potential possibilities and blossoming. So sthai bhav, conception of sthai bhav cannot be limited with the idea that nothing can be added more. No more further blossoming can take place, because that is the permanent nature of the Sarupa Bhav. So it has to be all the time like this, cannot develop more, cannot change this way or that way, cannot have any dynamic characters. It's not like that. Rather, there can be more additions, further blossoming, keeping that sthai nature intact. Therefore, the sthai means permanent, unchangeable nature remains that, remains intact. It's not replaced. Keeping that intact, more can be added. Even some little change can be added for more development, for more enrichment, enhancement, more color and fragrance can be. So that doesn't conflict. Such concepts, such ways of the conception of the Siddhanta, such ways of the development in the flow of our devotional life, devotional life of dynamic character, do not necessarily conflict with the permanent nature, sthai bhava. It doesn't make this sthai as asthai, because it doesn't replace anything but add it. Okay? And it can flow to the endlessness. That is infinite. We are in the order, in the way, in the system of dealing of the infinite. Devotee's character and relationship, nature of relationship with the Lord also becomes qualified by infinite nature. Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Gun, Shakoli Sanchari. Find that all the qualities of Krishna also gets transmitted into his devotees according to his or her deserving qualities. But all the qualities of Krishna also gets transmitted into the life of his pure devotees according to the way he or she deserves. Okay, but it happens in very small ways, in particle ways of like particles of the qualifications of Krishna. But it happens. Character is the same, but not same by infinite quality and quantity, but by the nature, constitutional, genealogical nature, constitutional nature, qualities in the pure devotees and qualities in Krishna are same seed. It can vary by quantity and quality, of course, because Krishna is Supreme God. He is the source and origin, infinite origin, and we are particles. Devotees are also parts, small parts and particles of Krishna. But that difference will remain, but still at the same time. Similarities, having same quality in the seed form, also there. Also there. So, back to the point, on the Swarupa Dasya, more higher, and following the natural progression, following the natural system of blossoming up, progression. So, the higher treasure, higher wealth, higher taste can be added, higher devotional taste can be added to the sthai bhava without disturbing the sthai bhava. Our conception is so limited, human concept. We see, as soon as something is little changed, change is added, then it is no more permanent, it is changing. This is our limitation of human thought process. It's a limitation of our relative ways of human thought process. Why can't you feel that it's not really changed? Sthai bhava remains sthai, permanent, unchanged, but something more can be added. Keeping that unchangeable part intact, something can be added. So because something more added, so in that sense some change is there. But without disturbing the previous sthai bhava, without eliminating anything, losing anything. That is the harmonious concept. That is the harmonious understanding of the Siddhanta. If anything would be lost, eliminated, then question would arise, how can it be? Then it is no more sthai. No, nothing is lost, rather added. And when something more, higher taste is added to one's own present sthai bhava, what happens? Even that sthai bhava also gets enriched and more enhanced. Instead of losing anything or changing its character, that also becomes more enhanced.
I really want to ask a question, but I don't think it should be recorded. Is that okay?
It's been recorded.
It's not.
Yes, all getting recorded. Oh, you don't want this recorded?
I don't think it should be because it's really like,
Maybe you can ask me at the end to stop. Okay, because otherwise the flow will be. So back to the point. The big question is that how to be practically doing everything in our daily life in Krishna consciousness. Because the ways we deal with all the daily activities of life, casually, just natural material ways, without any Krishna consciousness, just doing it. This is the training. Okay, instead of doing everything, instead of doing all your activities, even in your daily life, I mean, in the lives of the devotees, okay, do it in Krishna consciousness. Cultivate that habit. Be cultivating that good principle and habit in a conscious manner. Then at some point you can do it. You can do it. Just connect with Krishna. Suppose you are eating some delicious food. It's not very difficult. When you are eating some delicious food, just think of Krishna, of this deliciousness and the nutrition, pranic energy in this such delicious food is Krishna's energy. Just remind yourself. Instead of just eating, oh wow, so delicious, casually, and without remembering Krishna. Just as sometimes my mother cooks some delicious food, as soon as I eat it, I remember of my mother. Oh, she cooks so nice and delicious. It's cooked by her, therefore it is so delicious. Immediately my mother is coming, connecting with the taste of the deliciousness. Instead of my mother, let us think of Krishna. It's not very difficult. Just we have to be mindful. Just we need to remain conscious and mindful, consciously mindful, to relate to everything, connect with everything, every activity with Krishna. Doing everything, having everything in Krishna consciousness. So simply, while tasting, enjoying some delicious food, just simply think of, remind yourself, food is so tasty. This delicious taste is one of the aspects of Krishna. He has given us tongue, so much taste, so much nutrition I am receiving, pranic energy receiving from this healthy food, delicious food. This is Krishna. It is one of the aspects of Krishna. While you are thirsty drinking water, just simply think, feeling so appeased, my thirst is appeased. Thank you, Krishna. It's your energy in the form of water to sustain my life. Thank you, Krishna. Just remind yourself, feel of Krishna's energy in the form of water, in the form of nutritious, delicious, nutritious food. While you are falling asleep, enjoying your sleep. It's another aspect of Krishna. Krishna, falling asleep so peaceful. Thank you. I'm grateful to you. It's been possible for me. Just offering some gratitude to Krishna. And rather falling asleep by thinking of Krishna. Some great Leela of Krishna, how Krishna falling asleep by Mother Jashoda. Is put to sleep by Mother Jashoda or any. Okay. There's also some specific mantra, Shayane Padmona Vancha. Even before getting into sleep, before falling asleep, there are even some mantras of the scripture. Scriptures even give mantras for bathing. Scriptures presented beautiful mantras for bathing, during the time of bathing, during eating, during sleeping, during mating, during doing many things. Reading, reading books. So, while walking, traveling abroad, in the Vedic scripture, there are certain mantras. Doing each and every activity. It means what? It means connecting each and every activities of our daily life with God somehow through the mantras. Therefore they created. When you have nightmare dream, as soon as you wake up, immediately be remembering Govinda, Govinda, Dushapne smara Govinda, Shankate Madhusudana, Jalamadde Varahancha, Prabhashiti, Kanoni Narasinghancha, Parvati Raghunandana, Jalamadde Varahancha, Shankate Jalas, Shankate Madhusudana, Pavaki Jalasaya, in this way. I'm quoting from the scriptures. So why they created? If you follow the Satriya Dipika, see, different stages of the Garhastha life, Garhastha, Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Vanaprastha, all the stages of life have got specific doings, things, relating, connecting with Krishna. Even the married life, how to connect with Krishna is all designated. And how to say define, how to live a married life in Krishna consciousness. Even also. Lot of Vedic ways, rules, recommendations are there. With the aim to be developing, cultivating one's life in higher divine consciousness, God consciousness. Not just living a casual, material, worldly way. Therefore, a big portion of the Holy Scriptures have been composed and created for the benefits, for the higher benefits of the human being to be cultivating his or her life in higher divine God consciousness instead of living casually. And that's what we find through Satriya Dipika, through other Vedic scriptures, holy Vedic scriptures in many ways, how to live different stages of our devotee's life, different stages, how to pass through the different stages of our worldly life in God consciousness, relating in relation to God rather than casual worldly way. A lot of injunctions and recommendations we find through the Vedic scriptures and all. Although I am not looking at you all, but I am meaning to everybody. They are sitting in the front, so I am looking at them. So, Jat Karoshi, this is the principle. Tat Kurusha Madarpana. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, you drink, whatever way you think and do in your life, do that in connection with me, connecting with me, not separate from me. Then all those activities, your endeavors of life will simply be qualified in a higher spiritual way, at some point higher devotional way. And many of them, according to your qualities of dedication, okay, many of those or most of those activities will be considered qualified as service unto me instead of ordinary karma. Instead of ordinary karma. It is quite possible. Therefore you can see, while you are bathing, there are certain mantras. You say, Om Jam Brahma Varunanda Riddha Maritastum Namiti Dittavistami Vedu Shanga Padakma Panishadikayandi. Different devotees chant different mantras during the bathing also. Oshadhi Chintaya Vishnu Bhojani Cha Janardana. Even before taking medicine, there is recommendation, think of Vishnu and take medicine. Think of Lord Vishnu, Vishnu's energy, Vishnu's curating energy. I repeat, simply be thinking of Lord Vishnu's curing energy in the form of medicine, and then take the medicine. Medicine will be doubly working, triply working, spiritually working, more than just biologically, materially working. If you can do it with meditation, faithful meditation, before intake of any medicine, okay, for your treatment, the curing potency, subtle curing potency within the medicine will be much more, spiritually qualified more. It will be working in your constitution more than ordinary way. But if you do it faithful, with practical faith, that is the key point. That is the key point. Before eating any food, think of Janardhan. We eat prasadam. We are not supposed to eat just food, simply gobbling the food. Devotees are supposed to take Mahaprasad. Eat Mahaprasad. What it means, being situated in that consciousness, I'm not just eating. I'm not eating food, I am actually eating Mahaprasad. Grace of Krishna Radhika in the form of I am eating, receiving within me in the form of delicious Mahaprasadam. Okay. I am receiving the pranic energy through the delicious Mahaprasadam, Krishna Prasadam, Radhika Prasadam. Instead of just casually eating any food. So, there are many examples in this way. So, reminding us is also an art, special art of living in Krishna consciousness. Be properly reminding us about Krishna, Krishna's energy, and be grateful at every step of our activities. Just as we see in a cultural way in our society, when somebody does something for you very nicely, thank you. Thank you. Just recognizing you are admitting some gratitude. I say thank you, thank you, thank you. So many times we say thank you. So why can't we say? It doesn't take a lot of time and energy to do that. It's not a very, very big thing. Not so difficult thing to do. Just be mindful. Simply be mindful. Favorably mindful of Krishna. Thank Lord. Of gratitude. Loving gratitude every moment that we are being able to live our life. We are being able to live our life so nicely, daily life. Okay? Through absorbing Krishna's energy, which is given, absorbing Krishna's energy, life-sustaining energy from water, air, from space, from food, from sunlight, moonlight, from the surroundings. We are receiving so much sustenance. Through Krishna's universal form of the energy, through Krishna's energy, through universal form. And every moment we are connecting with Krishna's energy, but forgetting Him. Forgetting to offer some gratitude to Him. So, just because we cannot entune with the frequency, it is subtle. As soon as we know how to entune with the real frequency, Krishna consciousness. There are different frequencies, not one frequency. There are multiple, innumerable frequencies of holistic Krishna consciousness. But whenever we are able, as soon as we are able to relate to, entune with even one of the frequencies of Krishna consciousness, or many frequencies of Krishna consciousness, then everything is done in Krishna consciousness in life. Whatever we do in our life, situated, connected with Krishna conscious frequencies, divine frequencies, then those activities cannot but done in Krishna consciousness can be yielding with higher goods and results. But as soon as we are away from the frequency, little bit subtle, we forget, nothing is there. Very subtle, nothing is there. So it's very subtle endowment is required. It's a great main thing of our sadhana, to have fine attunement. Fine attunement. Then so much is there. Then Yomanga Pashyati Sarvatra. I often recite this verse. Yomanga Pashyati Sarvatra. Sarvanchamayi Pashyati. Tasyahamuna pranasya. Sachamena pranasya. Then you see me everywhere. You see me, feel me everywhere. Because you are doing everything, living your life in my connection. And I also remain connected with you directly. You never lose me. You never lose my vision. I also never lose your vision. You become my dear devotee. So you are with me, I am with you. You are living with me in my consciousness, I am also living with you. Very simple, straight, self-effulgent truth. This is the reality, very scientific reality. Tasyaham na pranasyan, sachamena na pranasyan. You are never, neither you are losing my vision, you are losing me, neither I lose you. We remain connected. I don't pressurize you, I don't oblige you to be connected with me, I don't force you in any way to be connected with me, to stay in connection with me. But I want you be choosing, lovingly choosing on your own. You should be voluntarily choosing, lovingly choosing on your own. Love, feelings for me, to remain connected with me. When you lovingly choose on your own, then I also lovingly stay connected with you in reciprocation. In reciprocation. But in case I say, oh, you are just fine, you don't need me, so I also don't need you. My devotees need me so much, therefore I also need them so much. But if I see you all, if you just see you all, you are just going on casually way, satisfied in a so-called casual way, you don't need me. Okay, fine, I also don't need you. You live your life in that way, without me. So it is just that. I am well-wisher of you from a neutral stand. I am still your well-wisher. But since you don't feel that need to stay connected with me, so I also don't feel that need. But I become so partial in relation to my devotee, because devotees also become so specially partial to deal with me. Je bhajanti tumang bhaktya moi te tesu chappaham samoham sarva bhuteshu. The other day I also explained this verse. Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me deshasti na pe. I have equal vision, I have equal spirit of judgment, I have equal view in relation to one and all. Samoham, from a neutral stand of well-wishing, I have equal vision, equal considerations to you all, one and all. But je bhajanti tumang bhaktya, but one who worships me, devotes unto me with so much love, I become partial to them. I can never remain neutrally equal to them. I become partial to my own devotees because they have special love feelings for me. And so much special attention, special devotion, ecstatic devotional feelings, love for me. So I very much enjoy to become partial to my own devotees. I also become full of love to my own devotees. And nobody can think, oh, I am doing why I should be partial. That is proper consideration, that is the proper judgment. Who wants me so much, how can I stay away? How can I not be attracted to that same devotee of mine who wants me so much in the first place? It is very reciprocative. So it is very, very deserving, very proper. So I do proper considerations. পিঁপড়ে ছিল, পিঁপড়ে আমাকে কামড়াচ্ছে, আমি সহ্য করে রয়েছি। কোথায় কীভাবে পিঁপড়ে ছিল নাকি কিছু আসলে ঝাড়াঝোড়ো হয় না তো সব।
এই যে পিঁপড়ে আছে লাল,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
আপনার জামা থেকেও থাকতে পারে।
Now I'm going through some adventures of getting the bites of some ants. Ants.
আপনি কি বলছেন ওইখানটা একটু ব্রেক নিয়ে ওইখানে গিয়ে একটু
ম্যানেজ করুন, কিন্তু এইভাবে ঠিক আছে। সো
এইখানে নয়, ঘরের থেকে এসছে জানার মধ্যে।
When you truly become sincere and open-hearted, connecting with me is not difficult at all. It's quite easy. Very valuable. It's a priceless thing, but quite easy. But if you don't mean that, you don't want that, it's very difficult. And I am so far from you, so distant from you, very difficult to live your life in my consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So easy, so difficult, depending on our temperament. On our temperament, on our nature of wanting, yearning. By my presence, by the presence of my vital energy, life energy, you can see everything through your eyes. Your eyes are being validated, your eyes are being qualified to see everything with the presence of my energy in it. But by which potency you can see everything? You cannot see that potency at the background. I repeat, one great poet said, by your presence I can see everything. My Lord, I cannot see you. Nayana tomare pai na dekhite, royecho nayane nayane. Your presence, the presence of your potency, the presence of your potency is in every eyes, by which eyes can see everything. But the same eyes cannot see you, my Lord. I cannot see you, but I can see everything. Validated, qualified by your potency, I cannot see you. See, I can know many things. Being qualified, being empowered by your potency, but I cannot know you directly. I am living my life, I am thinking, this is my own body, this is my own life existence, all being validated, qualified by the presence of your life energy, life potency. But I do not even know how the flow of the life is working within me. I do not even know in full. I need to discover, because how the things are working in my brain, in my whole bodily existence. Do I know everything properly? Can I directly perceive each and everything? No. So many things happening just by nature, following the nature of Krishna's system, creation. I do not directly know, I cannot directly perceive. I can only perceive to some extent. I can only perceive in a partly way how my brain working, how my heart is throbbing, how heart, lungs, brain, kidney, liver, stomach function, whole bodily function is working. I can just have some idea. Very partial way, but I cannot really know in details, cannot perceive in full how things are working within my brain. How my thought process, as soon as how the reality, as soon as I am thinking, getting translated through my tongue, to the art of my pronunciation, through a language, and I am being expressive. Immediately happening. How my thought process being translated into lingual form through language, and we are speaking. Instantly happening. So how my memory, brain functions, my memories, my speaking function, thinking function, wonderfully, mysteriously working. Can I perceive all these in a direct way, in full? No. They're just happening on its own by nature, following the natural ways of Krishna's creation, law of Krishna's creation. Can I control my heart and lungs and stomach and kidney and liver, all my bodily organs? Can I control according to my wish? Can I control my brain mechanism inside my brain, biological? Can I really control all my biological activities according to my will? It's going on by nature, as it is set right by the Supreme Creator. During our sleep, am I controller of my body? Am I controller of my biological nature during my sleep? No. But still, all the biological activities going on, even during my sleep. Even when I'm in a coma stage, maybe with the help of some life support, little help of some life support, and life support system also working because soul is still there receiving. As soon as soul is gone, no life support system will be working. No life support system will be working anymore, because the receiver is no more there. So all become useless. So even the life support system getting validated, it is valid because of the existence of soul inside the body. As soon as that is gone, they all become useless. So, what is the science? What is the deeper and higher science of our life? So, in the coma stage, we are controlled by the situation. We are no more controller, but still some bodily activity is going on. Maybe reduced to it, but it's going on. Who is going on? Validated. Going on, activated by who? Qualified by who? Krishna's energy, soul's energy, where absolutely I have no control. I don't know even where I am, what I am doing. I'm totally unconscious. Still, bodily activities, biological activities going on. So the nature of our life is so wonderful, mystically, mysteriously wonderful. How can we have false pride that I am the controller? I cannot even control my own body and mind. And how can I have the false pride? I am this, I am that. I am the doer. I am doer per se. I am doer to some extent, to a limited extent. Not I am the actual doer. Even I am a doer, this is also being validated by the Supreme, by the energy of the Supreme Doer. If the Supreme Doer withdraws from me, I am no more doer. I am not doer at all. I am a dead body. I am being done. Instead of I am being doer, I am done. So, this is called moha, illusion. This is called a great illusion and illusory conditioning in our lifestyle, validated, qualified by whose life energy, by whose potency I am living my own life. I am forgetting the Supreme Creator. I am staying forgetful of my own origin, source, life giver, Supreme Creator, and casually doing everything with the great mood and great pride. I am doer. I am doing, I am controller, I am master. All this is mine, I, me, mine. Well, there's nothing wrong with I, me, mine, but in a relatively proper way. Okay? When I have the conceptions of I, me, mine, my small I, me, mine, in relation to the biggest I, me, mine, which is Krishna, then it is fine, very fine. Then my pride also involved. My pride, all my feelings and conception now embraced within the conception of the infinite mind. So when I have I, me, mine in relation to the biggest I, me, mine, supreme, divine, absolute, supreme, absolute I, me, mine, by whom my little I, me, mine getting validated, then it's fine. That's the proper concept of living in divine Krishna consciousness. So, before both of you came, I quoted several verses in this same relation. So let me recite it again. Smartabba Shatadama Vishnu, Vishmartabba Najatuchi, Sarve Vidhi Nishedha, Shur Etayo Reva Kinkara. Then, Jeno Teno Prakareno Mano Krishna Niveshaya. Similar, slightly different but similar verse. Jeno Teno Prakareno Mano Krishna Niveshaya. Sarve Vidhi Nishedha, Shur Etayo Reva Kinkara. Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namastu Mami Vaishyasi Juktaivam Atmanam Mat Parayana. I already recited these verses. Our Guru Varga gave a very realistic, great example from the worldly lifestyle. This analogy is something great. It makes us practically, it explains to us very practical lifestyle. One of the examples Guru Varga gave, see, on this mundane plane, in this mundane world, when someone falls in intense love with the other partner, then what happens? He or she remains so much situated in that romantic feelings. Whatever they do, although they are taking care of many activities in their life, their mind remains connected to that beloved, newly fell in love with so much sweetness and taste, romantic taste. So, in their background consciousness, they are taking care of many things, daily activities in their life, but time to time, they are connected. They are full of remembrance of their beloved partner. But this happens. It actually happens when one falls in real love, intense love. So Guru Baba was giving this material example, worldly example to me. So if you can really fall in love with Krishna, no matter, you do not have to strive hard to remind you of Krishna. Rather, it will be easily flowing. You cannot but do everything in Krishna consciousness.
It was natural.
Again, loving Krishna, having taste of devotion to Krishna. Loving Krishna is so difficult because it's so invaluable, priceless wealth. But it's also so easy. It can be so easy. Provided I want that. I cultivate that wanting in a conscious way. Okay? At least trying for that. At least chastising myself when I don't feel a taste of love of Krishna. Chastise yourself. Remind yourself. Be insisting on yourself. Let me feel. Even pray to Krishna, oh my beloved Lord, let me feel taste for you. Let me feel love for you. Everything given by you. I hardly do anything from me. I am practically living whole universe, universal creation, my life, everything actually going on, flowing, being validated by you, being sanctioned by your potency. It's like that. The other day, I was giving some example. See, small child. See, small child growing up in the shelter of the parents. So in the shelter, in the house, residence, everything belonging to the parents. But in relation to the parents, the small child also owning something. Okay. So everything is being organized, given by the parents in the life of the small child. But still, the same small child picks up a chocolate, something very nice, he likes, and comes running to the parents and offer to them. Parents enjoy it a lot. Although that chocolate or whatever small child picking up, like a flowers, nice flower or chocolate, he is not the owner because he is not making any income or buying with his own money. All given by the parents. So taking certain things owned by his or her parents, collecting it and giving it back to the parents with love. Parents enjoy it. That's our position. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prajachati. What can we really give to our beloved Lord on our own? Everything is given. We are living our life depending on which is given by Him. And practically we are actually living all our life, whole universe going on, okay, by the potency given by Him, sanctioned by Him. The Ganga Jale Ganga Puja, like worshipping Ma Ganga with Ganga water. Worshipping, taking water from Ganga and then with some mantra offering back the same Ganga water in Ganga. Offering Krishna's things back to him, only one thing makes difference: individual love. Individual love from the heart of devotees. That's what my own individual, although that is also being qualified, validated by Krishna's potency from the background, but I own something. Being sanctioned, allowed by Krishna, I also own something. Again, that is also allowed by Krishna, still I own something. And that is love taste, and I am offering it to Krishna. And that's what he is tasting. The parent is taking that chocolate, that flower, some water from the hands of the small child. So what they are actually tasting and loving, enjoying, it is a child's loving offer to the children. Child's loving offer to the parents. Otherwise, they can anytime they can collect water, they can drink, or they can take flowers, they can collect some. They can easily have some flowers or drinking water or some chocolate, they can have it anytime they want. They can buy. So that thing by itself is not so valued by them. But the mood behind, the loving mood in his child behind, with what offering to parents. That's what parents tasting so much, relishing, enjoying so much. Similar way, when we are offering back to Krishna, when we are offering back Krishna's things to Krishna, with our own love, imbued, filled with our love feelings, taste, Krishna enjoys that. That is valuable to Krishna. Krishna enjoys that a lot. Gaur Hari Bol. That's why in Ishopanishad said, Tad Dure, at the same time Tad Antike. He is very distant, at the same time very close to you. He is within you. You cannot live your life without Krishna's presence, without the presence of Krishna's potency within you. Okay. So Krishna is within you in the form of his potency as Atma Paramatma. Therefore you are being possible. You can be you. You can realize about you. I can realize about I. I, me, mine is being possible because of Krishna's potency. Also, Krishna is present as my source, origin, in his own absolute, original, infinite form. That is Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, Krishna Tattva. And the way Krishna is manifesting within me in the energy form, as his expansion, marginal potency, energy form, in the form of soul and super soul. So, as soon as we can connect to Krishna, as soon as we want to connect with Krishna, live in connection with Krishna consciousness, it's very close to our life. If we don't want it, the illusion comes and creates the distinction, difference. Krishna is so far. Like in the internet system. The internet system, specifically through quantum mechanism. Even I can use some mundane examples. In quantum mechanism is understood as soon as you touch the one end of the quantum particle, as soon as you touch the one end of the quantum particle on the quantum level, immediately you touch another quantum particle thousands and thousands, even millions of miles away. Although they are particle, they are working as particle, also working as waves, and they are so interconnected, subtly connected. Immediately, more than electricity speed, or in the light speed, even they say more than light speed it could be. At least equal to light speed, when you are touching this end of the quantum mechanism, quantum reality, immediately you are also, immediately the other end of the quantum mechanism, quantum particle, thousands and thousands, millions of miles away, being affected by that. Immediate. I mean, immediate means so fast, almost immediately. It's a concept of the fraction of 1 zillionth of a second. 1 zillionth and multi-zillionth of a second. We cannot even imagine. But logically it makes some sense. See, to the internet, you send one email, send WhatsApp message, immediately there, thousands of miles away. In no time, almost in no time. It's the same mechanism beside you, to whom you sent your email or WhatsApp, that same person is there with his phone. It is right there, close. Same mechanism found, almost in no time, in the same time, thousands of miles away. Same when the same person is living with his computer ID, with his email ID and WhatsApp ID, thousands of miles away. It's there. So distance is not distance. So therefore we have to understand how it is explained, very mystically wonderful way, thousands of years ago. Wonderfully explained, tad dure, tad untika, at the same time. Supreme Lord Krishna, the Supreme Absolute Divine, is very far from you, very distant from you, at the same time very close to you. Just as we understand, we can understand to some extent through quantum mechanism or through internet connection. And sending some message or sending photograph or having video conference with a person, okay, thousands of miles away, so distant. But if the same person is right present in front of me with a computer, mobile phone, and right, so I am reciprocally right then and there, through my direct perception, also through internet mechanism. So it's there. So physical distance is no distance. Concept of distance also varying according to the situations. So if that same computer, same email ID is right there in front of me, to whom, to which address I send, I can just open from my computer, I open that other computer and just I see the same email there. It's right here. If the same ID situated thousands of miles away, then it's creating distance. But internet is everywhere. Basic concepts of the internet communication is not very distant or near. It is everywhere. So the conception of distance and nearness so relative. In the internet, in the concept of the internet, the conception of nearness and distance, physical distance, so relative. Same thing can be so distant, same thing can be so near. And what to speak more of the nature, wonderful, most wonderful nature, supreme, universal, all-pervading energy of the Absolute, potency of the Absolute. Universal manifestations, wonderful, most wonderful, universal way of the all-pervading manifestations of the Supreme Absolute Truth. So near to me, at the same time so distant to me. Both are true at the same time. Both are true simultaneously through Achinta Veda. So, my eyes cannot see you, my Lord, one devotee poet once said, poetically. My eyes cannot directly see you, my Lord, my beloved. But validated by your potency, empowered by your potency, my eyes can see so much. My eyes can see everything in these surroundings, including myself, including my body and my life. But same eyes cannot see you. Same eyes cannot see you, my Lord. Why? Which is seeing so many other things due to your presence in my eyes. Due to your presence in my eyes can see so many everything, but cannot see you. My heart, my perception, ability of perception, my heart can understand, can know many things all around, except for you. Okay. Due to your presence, validated, blessed by your presence, my heart can know, feel, realize so many things. Same heart cannot realize you, my Lord. Why so? You love to stay so mystically covered. It's one of your most loved ways to stay wonderfully, mystically, to stay in a mystically covered way, mysteriously covered way. It's your way. I am living because of your presence within me, and I forget you. What a wonderful mystical ways of character. What kind of Leela. What kind of Leela this is, my Lord. Ishopanishad is one of the very significant books. Besides other Upanishad, Ishopanishad is one of the most wonderful, significant books. Books for provoking, kindling our self-realization in relation to God realization. Many wonderful verses from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, also Ishopanishad, verses from Ishopanishad and other holy scriptures are actually connecting us with the same supreme, wonderful, divine reality. Divine realities of most wonderful but beautiful character. Okay, now I heard that some American devotee has a question. Who is that American devotee? Not American. So, do you have any question or anything? Then I can take her question. It will take a long time. So I can rest here. So you don't want this to be recorded. Okay. And is it private or without being recorded? Is it a private question?
The reason is because it relates to something that Srila Bhakti Nandan Maharaj spoke, and so I'd like to...
Okay, stop the recording, please. Pause it. Yes.